My dearest London. You didn't think I'd leave without writing you a letter, did you? I know our history hasn't been the smoothest, and you know best that as a child I hated you with my guts. I spent my childhood longing to live in the countryside, and it wasn't really until the London Olympics and a rather intense obsession with Sherlock that my hatred for you began to fade. But it wasn't really until this year that I really began to love you. I love walking your streets. Several times this year I've taken myself down to central London to walk from one area crowded with tourists to another. From Theatreland to Trafalgar Square, and from Covent Garden to the Southbank, I found a route, peppered with bookstores and coffee shops and photo opportunities. And since I'm a creature of habit, I must have walked that route at least a dozen times. But that's not the only thing I adore about you. You are one of the greenest cities in the world, with almost half of the land within the M25 being parks or gardens or other green spaces. And you're rich with wildlife. Animals that live in the city are just as tough and unfazed as the people who share their home, and I love that. London, you are not a pretty city. You are higgledy-piggledy and rough around the edges, and you can never get a good look at your skyline without a handful of cranes marring the view, but I love you just the same. You were never built to be a city, but you spread your roots all the same. I guess you're a good example of how outgrowing your plans isn't always a bad thing. I will miss you, London, but I'm excited to live somewhere else for a bit. I have spent my whole life inside your city limits, with small breaks for family visits, and it's time to move on to a new chapter of my life. I'll be back, I have no doubt about that. You are, and always will be, my hometown, and boy am I proud.